Hey y'all, this is your girl Megan, checking in for another astrology video. Welcome back to my channel. If you're already a subscriber, if this is your first time on my page, go ahead and mash that subscribe button because you know you want to. So as you can tell by the title of this video, I am going to be discussing Mercury in the sign of Gemini. So first things first, let's start off talking about what is Mercury. The planet Mercury represents intellect. It represents the way that you think, the way that you communicate yourself with others, the way that you process ideas, your worldview. It's a very cerebral kind of planet, okay? It's all about your communication style. You know what I'm saying? So people who have Mercury in the sign of Gemini, it's important to note that Mercury is the natural ruler of Gemini, so it likes it here. Mercury co-rules both Gemini and Virgo. So a person with a Gemini Mercury placement is typically very, very, very intellectual. Very intellectual people, even if it's not by like societal standards of, oh, they went to college, they got a master's degree, they got a doctorate degree. They are lifelong learners. You know, these could be people who love watching documentaries on the most like useless information. You know what I'm saying? They are information hoarders. Like, why the fuck are you watching a documentary on like how to shave squirrel pussy? Like, what kind of usefulness is that? Like, why do we care about that? But on the flip side, they can also be very philosophical oriented. Gemini is the opposing sign to Sagittarius, and Sagittarius is a very religious / philosophical type of sign in nature, and Gemini kind of shares those same qualities. So these people could also be very into religion, very into philosophy, different ways of living, love to engage in discussions, debates, exchanging ideas, communicating. These could be people at your family reunion, every holiday, every function, who has to start talking about politics, you know, who's always sounding off about some issue that's near and dear to their hearts. You know what I'm saying? And these people are really good talkers. You know what I'm saying? They're an air sign. Gemini is an air sign. So that kind of reinforces their conversation skills. Very great conversationalists. Now, on the more positive side, like I said, these are people who can go toe and toe in debates. Very witty, very quick on their feet. This makes them very funny as well. Mercury and Gemini people are typically like the comedians of the zodiac, so to speak. But on the negative side, depending on, you know, the person, they can be that person who just won't shut the fuck up. Like they can overwhelm you with their conversation. And I talk a lot. But a Mercury Gemini person can like, they can yap. But they have the best, you know, intentions. You know, they have a good heart. It's coming from a good place though. And like I said, they know so much, you know, and it's kind of like they love to express that outwards, you know what I'm saying? And even when it comes to communicating and having conversations with other people, debates and whatever, what have you, they enjoy this shit so much because, you know, at best, I can kind of show off what I know, even though I might not know that much about the topic. I can show off what I know to impress the other person, A, or that person could teach me something else to add to my reservoir of knowledge, B. So it's a win-win for a Gemini Mercury. They love that. I've also noticed that Gemini Mercury people, this is a great placement for rappers. Particularly because I've seen a lot of rappers, like famous, really, 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 really dope rappers with their Mercury in the sign of Gemini, and that's that quick wit, right? Quick wit, and there's a lot of battle rappers with that sign. So these people have to be equipped with that, like, you know, fast on their toes, you know, very kind of witty comeback, great with words, know how to, you know, craft words together to kind of make you sit back and go, oh, you know, that's Gemini. A great career for a Mercury Gemini person could be in the media. They could be great teachers. They make excellent teachers, like I said, that need to constantly communicate information, enlighten people on information. They could also be great artists. I notice a lot of artists, as far as like singers, rappers, songwriters, poets, people who, put words together for a living. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I said authors already, but yeah, authors, people who write books, all of that shit. Like, is I could see a Gemini Mercury person thriving in that environment. Gemini Mercury people are also, they could come off, depending on what other planets they're aspecting, especially if it's a more malefic planet like Pluto, Mars. These people could come off and they could be very like conniving, manipulative, because there's so much mental activity going on. These people are almost like a few steps ahead of other people when it comes to like mentally, and they can use that to their benefit. But depending on the person and depending on what else is being aspected in their charts and what house it falls in, these people could be very like deviant with that shit. People who are like master manipulators. And also, I wouldn't want to get into an argument. I'm gonna just be real. I don't like arguing with people who have Mercury and Gemini, just because y'all are so cutthroat. Y'all will destroy somebody's entire sense of self with your words alone. They're so good with words, and these are some of the people. They might not be the most violent. Maybe they are, depending on what else is going on with them in their chart. But they are the type of people who will break you down and make you feel this big with words. And after a certain amount of time, like, there's only so many times you're about to sit up here and break my life down and like annihilate me with words before I'm ready to fight, bitch. I don't argue with Mercury Gemini people. I don't. Y'all are good at it though. Y'all are very good at that. Another negative trait of Mercury Gemini people is that, if you're not a more evolved person, you could be addicted to gossip, drama, and that's kind of similar to Libra. I feel like that's like an air quality to a certain degree, because like their brains thrive off of stimulation. And so if there's nothing going on, if they get bored, they are the type of person who will start some shit just for the thrill of it. Like, what? They will. And y'all own it. Own up to it. Because you do. That is a key Mercury Gemini trait. But I love you guys because, like I said, you guys are very intelligent. You tend to know a lot about everything. You guys are great comics, great sense of humor. You can come off as a bit flighty, a bit too detached, because that Gemini energy, you got to think, is very kind of like methodical in a way, very analytical. And on the positive side, these people make for excellent like left brain logical thinkers. So they can take a situation and analyze it and give you just like a perspective that has nothing to do with emotions. They can be that balanced, level-headed perspective to certain situations. But on the downside, these people could tend to like try to over rationalize feelings, and you can't do that. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, feelings are feelings and emotions are emotions for a reason. You can't rationalize every emotion. You can't rationalize everything, and that's kind of what makes them come off as like kind of aloof to certain people. They're kind of always wandering. Then they never get too emotionally involved in shit. So especially if you're when it comes to dating a Mercury Gemini person, they don't get too attached. I also find that Mercury Gemini people I don't know if I said this, y'all are easily bored. And I mean, overall, I really do enjoy you guys. They are definitely the teachers. They're here to uh, help us communicate, enhance our communications with one another, and just to help raise the collective consciousness on this planet. I adore Mercury Gemini people. So let me know in the comment section below if I missed anything, if there's another video you would like for me to do. And until next time, make sure you practice unconditional self-love so that you can love others. I'm tripping. And I holla.